Right, welcome back to the Lugards. It's Chidalo and my boy mine right here. It's the weekend again. So what you been up to, bro?
Man, been good. It's been a blast. I guess I had a great introduction to the beginning of my new year. So my energies are kind of up there. So hopefully I could keep it that way.
What's one big lesson you got for your experience? Or one thing you hold on to?
That the world is really, really vast.
See me, my weekend has been chill. I just dropped off my mom today at the airport. Spent the longest time we spent since I was a kid, to be honest, because I've been away from home for a while now. And I'll miss the cooking. I have to start.
Yeah, but what's the one thing you miss?
I'll miss the cooking, the vibe, the banter, and well, at least I'll go back to my
Good.
bed.
I always love a great mother-son bond.
Oh yeah. Was there one heated conversation with mom? Just one. Where it was like you pressed the button?
Why can't we talk about love? Why must it be heated conversation?
Well, maybe he wants to start off with the.
I guess that's
He wants to start off with the bomb, then it goes into
heated conversation.
You don't have to go too long.
For like trying to get me to go to church, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. So when you went, was that you
Yeah, I did.
enjoy it?
It was nice. It was fun. It was funny.
Talking about church, straight to the point, right?
So nice switch.
There's been a lot of chatter. We've seen some stuff.
Oh my God! Wait, before even that, like literally, I was reading this. I was talking to he's an architect, but I don't know which one I want to introduce him right now. But anyways, he sent me like this link, and it was some funny stuff about like this woman that like Tinubu hired for. Is he Secretary of Humanitarian?
Oh, the Edna or something like that. She's
Secretary of Humanitarian Affairs or whatever like that. Like, bro, that story was so wild, bro. Like, I'm trying to find. Let me see if I still have.
We're talking about different things actually.
That she embezzled so much money, bro.
Same person, Edna.
Yeah, like and then she was like so hasty about trying to get the money. Like, yo, honestly,
Suspending her.
like, nah. I think, like to me, it was just weird. Like,
What's weird about it?
like look at the whole atmosphere of like the whole look at the whole political atmosphere right now in Nigeria. Like, look at the foreign exchange, for example.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's been. I don't know how you're looking at it from being from living in the States in comparison to who's in Nigeria or whatever, or vice versa. I'm looking at a father, for example, that is in Nigeria or makes his money from Nigeria and then has to pay tuition fee for his kids for the next semester.
And like the Nigeria schools now.
It's wild.
Yeah, and he has to make that foreign exchange. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, so I'm looking at it from this kind of perspective. I understand, but like you, maybe vice versa for you looking at it like, okay, maybe it's a plus
Because
like
the same money is bigger.
No? Yeah, because the money looks bigger.
Yeah. I mean, I've experienced that time because I was still in school when Buhari first became the president and the exchange rate flew up. Those are terrible times. I don't want to go back there.
But yeah, like that story blew me though. Like I was like, yo, like why is she so hasty? Like I think the whole contract was like for like 100 million or 100 billion.
Yeah, I think it was that she used her accounts.
Yeah. So she took like about
Sure a lot of people do that.
she took a quick severance fee for like 536 mil real quick, like just to make sure she took care of like all our all our real employees, like what I'm saying. Like Shorty was wilding out, like and then it came. What blew me about it is like maybe I just have to say this, like I found out like she was a Muslim woman, and. For me, I don't know. Like, I felt like there's a virtue, like for maybe I'm just too. Sometimes I read into when I love like an idea of something, I read too much into the meaning of it. But I always just feel like there's a virtue for like Islamic women. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Like they at least try to play humble, if not fair.
In fact,
Like,
you're wearing a hijabi right now.
You
You
should
must have something.
You should have. You, should
you
be
know what I'm saying?
virtuous
Like
man.
the fact that
Is that see, it's not religion is not the problem. It's people. People are the problem. Human beings are the problem, actually.
So
So
you're saying based on what you're saying, you could peep something about religion that connects you to a person, and the person is supposed to act.
I've realized
But
that
it's really that person.
I see terrible people, reasonable people, whether in any religion. I see terrible people like everywhere. It's just people. At the end of the day, if you're a killer, you're a killer. If you're a thief, you're a thief.
yeah, we get it. Like I don't think, religion is just supposed to take away your human characteristics, but it's supposed to be like a gauge. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like what kind of, back to like, sorry, the conversation we were having earlier when we were talking about what makes you hit this certain button all the time. Like, I feel like religion is like a guidance, like,
Of course,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I agree.
so like, you need to play around it. Like, for example, okay, for example, look at it. Okay, let me just say for like, if I was this chick, okay, I'm Islamic, I come from I like to wear hijab. Am I saying it right? Hijab, is that the right thing? But yeah, I like to wear that over my head. Like, I mean, try to play within the look of things. Like, like you're not just gonna get this contract of 100 billion naira, like for humanitarian. Come on.
See, I think it should work for you. It shouldn't completely control you. Like I've heard stories in the past about, like, say, I don't want to be wrong, but I know there's this group of people. I don't know if it's Mountain of Fire where like they're not allowed to like get blood. Then you see like people dying because of blood transfusions and stuff like that. Now I think that kind of thing is fucked up. I feel like it should work for you. I don't think it should like.
Like,
So technically,
like you can't even just send like.
working for her. How do you
No,
know
that's what I'm saying.
Right.
For people, some people are smart enough to make it work for them. TB Joshua, but
What are your opinions?
But-
That was actually my next question.
but some
Carry go.
people are the sheep. They let themselves be controlled by it completely. You get, because at the end of the day, you should realize that the times change. You get, there's a reason why back in the past, like Matthew was talking about, why women should not preach in church. Times have changed. That doesn't apply to today.
Why didn't Jesus Christ have
Believe that.
more female disciples than male?
Yeah, but that's kind of still to my point that those were the sign of the times. That was a way more patriarchal society, a way more. I don't know, call it misogynistic per se, but there was a reason for it. You know what I'm saying? That showed the kind of time they lived in. Like now, I mean, some people might say, yeah, the Pope this, the Pope that, but
So
I'm telling the Pope
so you
today.
think if Jesus Christ was
Let's say-
let's say if Jesus Christ was like in this, let's say Jesus Christ came in this time and era,
Yeah.
you think he would have had more female
Probably.
disciples, more chicks?
I believe so, 100%.
So you think I don't believe that. Let me tell you why I totally disagree.
Let me give you an example. First of all, you
Go ahead.
can see how the Pope tries to make more segue for, say, the LGBT community to this day. At the end of the day, for some reason, you can tell that Christianity tries so hard to evolve and keep kind of like in vogue. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I think he did that when the New Testament was created. Like, you see the difference between the Old Testament and the New Testament.
Okay.
I think it kind of shows a change in times. Christianity today has become more modern. All this prosperity preaching, blah, 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 and whatnot, is way more modernized than it was back then. There's way more acceptance of like women in the church, women preach now, there are women pastors, all of that. Like, it has started to change a lot.
So would you now say, with everything that TV Joshua went through, right? If
Yeah.
things are becoming more modernized, so that also including all those positives like women rights.
The only reason why I disagree with you completely is if someone is claiming to tell me he's the Messiah, I think everything that he's planning to do is already in accord, at least to his own perspective. So I don't think if he was Messiah in 12 BC, it would matter, because I think my Messiah should be able to see whatever BC and on seas that I ain't see yet. Like, so
No,
at least that's the perspective I put on my own
I
Messiah.
I
I don't
agree
know
with you
how
in a sense.
I don't know how like you would look at what your own like that. So you see what I'm saying? For me, you have to have what's
But
the
I like how
stand
you
for
said
you?
my Messiah in a sense. Kind of the same way I say, like, I don't think my God would be the same kind of God the Old Testament portrays. And I still believe
Why do you say that?
I don't think my God is gonna like be biased or like pick and choose between people. I don't think he'll say, these people are my people, these are not my
What if he's trying to tell you? What if the person
Or-
what if that person is trying to tell you that maybe the person that you're reading about or whoever is telling the story, you just didn't understand. They were talking about their God, and you thought like
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
you
yes.
have to be able to play and distinguish to understand who's
No,
telling the story.
I understand from the perspective of it was the Jewish God, it was their God. You get
Okay.
But I'm just saying if he's my God too, I want my own God to be fair. I don't want my God for other people to suffer for me too.
So you would never want your God to you would never want your God to look for your own satisfaction first. That's what you're saying.
Not at the detriment of my brothers.
Okay. So
So the people that might not hold your God as their God.
But I want.
No, his answer is
I want people around me, my people, to be good.
What if they don't support your God?
Well, if he's the all powerful God, yeah, I'm pretty sure he knows what to do about it.
That these people are soft, they are soft.
No, but
you're saying my God.
no, but still, if you're saying you created them, why do you create them to be source for me?
So where do you find it? Where do you find the doctrine of your God that you follow? The one that doesn't fight. I mean, the one that won't fight for your own point of interest first.
I'm just saying, like my own God is between me and him. I don't have a documented religion about any God per se. So I don't have I have my own way of life, my own doctrine.
It goes back to every point that we're trying to tell you, like.
No, see, I get it in the point of that's the Jewish God. I understand. That's the Jewish story. That's their God.
I'm just believing.
Yeah, it's not like I understand it completely.
It's the Jewish God.
Exactly. That's my point. If that doctrine was created in this time and age, I think it would be absolutely different. But that's my own perspective, just as from history.
But I'm trying to make you understand that that's not the meaning of that. I'm trying to make you understand that that's not the meaning of a God. You are saying like a God is making a mistake. A God don't make mistakes. That's what I'm trying to make you understand.
Well, I guess because
there's no time and era for any God, like for a God.
Yes, but I
guess, the fake gods, yeah, there is a time and era.
I guess
that's how we distinguish, how we know.
Yeah, but see, I think the foundation here is probably shows like our foundational beliefs, because I think people who wrote that were niggas from that time. That's why it sounded that way. Because reading that whole Old Testament, it clearly sounds like a nigga. Like not like a nigga had written a nigga, like a man writing that. Because the jealousy.
What do you think I thought when you said like a nigga? Like, I just thought you meant a man. Why do you have to explain yourself further?
Thank you for the viewers.
Because things don't modernize in Christianity, that has even left room for pastors to get away with some stuff that they get away with now. Or has modern Christianity even made it easier for them to be cut?
Personally, I think with the advent of social media and I guess modernization, people do tend to ask a little bit more questions than they did in the past. I think that has made it easier for people like that to get caught, I guess. For people to catch on to stuff like that.
Being abused in the house of the Lord, right?
Okay.
If he would have gotten away with it if he was in past times. That's the question.
I mean, I believe he would.
I mean, he was getting away with it.
He was, thank you. For a while, he was getting away with it.
I mean,
people were talking, he was getting away with it because of a lot of influence from
but
was it?
People were talking. He was alive. They were not listening to him because he was very powerful. But he's dead now, so it's easier. And like social media is way more of a thing right now than it was when I was back in 2010.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like, what narrative, what way are we supposed to look at it from? Like, I'm confused. Like, because I can't look at it from a religious perspective.
Why not?
What is there to be look at from a religious perspective? I mean, for those that are saying they got scammed.
Yeah, because that's a real thing. I got scammed.
I mean, like that. But that's the thing, though. Like it goes back to how we're having the conversation. I guess maybe this should have tied into our conversation. It goes back into what is your definition of God? Okay, and what are you looking for? What are you realistic about? Like a man plagued on people that are looking for a bunch of fantasy. Okay, there's so many people that give you fantasy. Like Like, okay, fantasy can become in different ways. He's running fantasy game in a point of spirituality. Some people run fantasy games in a movie theater. Some people run. That's what I'm saying. Now I'm looking at it from a marketing perspective. Yeah. So I'm running fantasy games in politics. You're right. Exactly. That's the add-on to it. So he's doing his own thing. I think you are stupid for playing with the ideology of God to think to make it so easy for someone to run that kind of for you to, well, not even I'm not gonna call it a scam because I don't know how it could be. you are seeking for a fantasy and he's giving you a fantasy. That's it.
So you're actually saying is lack of knowledge.
Yes, because if you like even God said it like understand God from home first. If you've done a better job, clearly you've showed us what you think the idea of God is and you brought it out to us. Okay.
Chop knuckle.
So why won't someone say, okay, this is what you found? All right, okay. Your God is supposed to fly and grow and cure HIV. I mean, okay. Your God didn't think, let me create a doctor that will cure HIV. He just thought TB Joshua will lay his hands on you, and all of them have billboards of HIV, and man, come on now.
So it seems like you don't believe that that's possible.
Let me say something. So tying to what you said. So you believe that? So your God decided TB Joshua is the person to do all this. Why not ask your God? Why not me? Like, why can't I do it myself? Why can't I do it? Why?
Yeah, but all through history, there's been the people that were used, whether by God or whatever, that were leaders.
Well,
right. So
That's
personally, someone with my own mindset, I would still ask myself, like, why can't I do it?
maybe you're not gifted to do it.
I don't think my God.
You're right. You do
Well,
have a
that
point.
game
Not
on me.
not everybody. Not
True.
everybody is
So-
like. But okay. How can I put it? Like, there's so many things. Like like they're not wrong for what they.
Okay,
They're
so
not.
I want us to get
They're
to
not
what is
wrong.
that lack of knowledge there?
They're
wrong or-
not. They're not wrong for what they want. So is TV Joshua not wrong for giving him the kind of product that they came for? Okay. Like the same way you have a choice to select. If I walked in here and I was like, and I asked any of them, even them without knowing, and I'm like, yo, Gucci, Adidas, that most of them might most likely look at Gucci because of the leather. Like they'll be like, all right, let me, you know what I'm saying? Even if you don't know it, but you still look around, you might most likely go with Adidas because it's what you used to. At the end of it, but you're gonna take a second look. You're gonna understand. That's just I'm going off of normal human psychology. You get what I'm trying to say? Like if someone presents you something that looks enticing, you will want to take a good look at it. It's the same way. You gotta know your God from home, and then it won't be played with so easily outside. It's just the same way it is. I should never think any religious entity should be a millionaire entity.
Why not? When they are providing this useful value. Because that's what we said, right? That there's still super value in religion.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't they be rich? When technically most people who provide amazing value.
Yeah, because
They are rich.
because the biggest one thing you will find in every religious ideology is humility.
I thought the point was saving souls. Well, it's not about making money.
But isn't there the business of saving?
Like all right. Even let me tie this back. So I don't, like you say, you don't want us to go too far from like conversation. Let's tie this back to TB Joshua. Why would a man that came from such a humble background, why would anybody at some point think if everything is doing came off of the light of that humble background, why would you garner more? The only thing you should be rich at is followers, not at any other thing.
So don't monetize this for us.
I mean, I'm saying, but
If you believe in Jesus,
I'm saying like you gotta put the boundary to like hey, Jesus went into the synagogue and got angry and pushed away all the things and this and the third. It was there in the Bible. Why did he do that? I mean, I'm saying like you got to read these things that you got to ask yourself like why. I mean, I'm trying to understand. So you got to be able to tie those things to your own.
So you're saying religiously there, you're like, if Jesus can go do that in markets, right? He is saying the clear point about
Clearly, he has a problem with something.
and this man said he was like Jesus. So none of those followers
Exactly,
actually
you know what I'm saying?
to think, is this how Jesus actually behaved?
Like, you know what I'm saying? So why should I be mad? I know, like you get what I'm trying to say? Like, hey, maybe maybe at some point, maybe I've been desperate enough for something that I feel like TB Joshua would have been the one. But I don't know. It just never happened to me.
I mean, we're looking at the state of the country, right?
Yeah.
A lot of, desperation.
Yeah.
Could be that.
Yeah, see, Nigeria is a fertile ground for characters like that to spring up. Because
Any African continent is
any
is
African
fertile
country,
ground.
any is a fertile ground for that.
Any African continent is a fertile ground for anything like
So,
that.
so are we saying that churches now have, there's a responsibility for like social, I guess, justice or impact?
Wait. Did any of you try watching the
Actually did not.
documentary?
I watched it.
Okay, so
How was that?
what was your first? Tell me your first understanding of the first introduction into the.
You watch it as well?
Yeah, I did last night, making sure because I know we're going to
Love
be talking
it.
about it. So,
What was my first word?
what was the impression?
Lack of critical thinking. I feel like all those victims, in some ways, I don't want to make it like they deserve to be TBJ, but no. See,
What's a TBJ?
because it went on for so long, and they're asking the questions now, but I feel like why? Okay, maybe I might be wrong. Maybe people were asking questions back then as well, but still, like, why would you keep enabling something for that long? But I asked this question, but still I kind of understand. I guess ignorance, lack of knowledge. At the end of the day, our people suffer for lack of knowledge. There are so many questions you could ask, critical thinking. That's why I feel like sometimes that faith thing does block. Okay,
So like at what point, right? Can you give examples while watching?
especially when the buildings fell, like all those things that happened, all those tragedies, like, okay, so this man has this much power to apparently grow limbs, to grow people, raise people from the dead and whatnot. There are so many times you could have done that. Okay, you see him do this in front of church every day. Why did you ask, okay, the building crashed, this chaos happened, so your power is useless now. Okay, our country is suffering, the hospitals, people dying, and you apparently have all these powers. Of what use are you? Why can't you go and help them? This COVID happened, people are dying everywhere in Nigeria. But the only time your miracle seems to work is in front of.
Wait, what year did he die?
Like 2021?
2020.
Oh, why are you sure he didn't die of COVID?
Okay, so he has all these powers, but they only seem to work as a show to market your church, as a showmanship to market your thing, your business. Which because it's what it is, but they didn't realize it, and they couldn't think outside the box. Like if you're because he called himself Jesus, right? Why not go out and do all these things, like be of use to
good
people?
points. Like in the documentary, they highlight what the government did. Was there?
The government,
I mean, those that like would be deep into. I fell asleep.
the government, they were part of his people because they came for his church services too. This
You're saying the government there's a partnership there where they won't come.
But this man was very
They won't press
influential.
charges.
So many praise them.
I mean-
they believed in those things too. They are as much as guys. These
So-
governments are like Nigerians. They're the same people. They're the same people.
Like,
Okay.
I have another example. Look at what happened
Sorry, I don't forget about Martin.
with the Pastor Christian, for example. When he said COVID was a scare tactic, and the 5G was and
Yeah, I
whatnot.
remember that.
Okay, one government bans his channel, and that Nigerian government starts to investigate 5G. Like our phones didn't have 5G already.
So you're even saying even the government is there for lack of knowledge as well. You're not even saying that maybe there's this way of keeping the people strung up on religion.
I say I come to realize that
You're not saying there's this ulterior motive.
from
They're not smart.
listening to our government officials speak sometimes, you realize that they're not that different from the Nigerians you see on the road anyway. Like they kind of sound the same anyway. They come from us at the end of the day. Like we are the same human beings. It's not like
Sure.
we
Yeah,
are.
We're gonna say, but we're gonna talk about
if you watch the doc because there was a guy that was supposed to be like his personal assistant or something like that was talking on the documentary.
That was funny.
And there was another woman too. She was like his assistant too, and the most interesting thing that they said is like they were talking about how brilliant this guy was. Like that's the first thing they wanted to make it clear, and he knew like what white attraction was. He was an illiterate. Like this guy can't.
he was an illiterate.
He can't even speak. He still can't. Have you? So until now, like I've never really cared for him. For me, I guess, like I said, my fantasy has never been in religious miracles. I guess I've understood the meaning of miracle, like from a young age. Like you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, and then again, I've always maybe been in a very religious style. Like I went to Catholic school or whatever. So, but anyways, away from all of that, but they talked about our intelligence. He knew about white attraction. He knew once he can get white people to speak for him or advocate for him. This dude, from what his two personnel were saying, like he understood about slavery. He said these white people took his ancestors as as slaves, and like he's gonna try to avenge those things. So so he was a smart man. He understood his first bunch of income. He invested everything in television,
Recording the tape.
recording tapes, and and like they were saying something about like when he had someone from South Africa, someone of influence or something from South Africa come to visit him, and he just gave him a bunch of tape, and the person was like, "God, this is a lot of tapes." Like he was like, "Don't worry about it, just take them."
So like coming back to one point you mentioned about Mansa Musa, right? You said it one time, you were like, what is wrong with us?
Yeah.
Right? Where he's like, I've seen this loophole, I'm going to exploit it. Versus, I've seen this loophole, how do I exploit it? And most he wants to do all this good.
Well,
I'll do all this.
Well, I don't know how TV's Joshua can ever tie to any type of good, except
He did.
because
Yeah.
what good was that?
I mean, I heard he
Well, economically it was good.
yeah, they donated money to some people.
See, my bad. You know what? I always got to get out of my religious sentiments when I'm talking about this guy, because I automatically tie because when.
I like something he said actually. When he said he was like a smart man, I agree 100%. And if you notice like how he was able to like relate to different groups of people in the sense that he knew what to tell.
Relate.
No, let me explain. He knew, maybe not relate the words. He knew how to get any group. For example, like with youths, he knew what to tell them. He knew how to bring them under his wing, because he could pick and choose the exact people to target. Like when those white people came to his church.
It was a good strategy that people he can influence.
Manipulate or influence. He knew how to pick them. Even for example, like the older man, there was an old man who worked in his mountain and everything, because he realized at some point that those people close to him kind of knew about like how he set up the miracles and whatnot, and he took them to his mountain also because he still needed to keep them under his power. Like also show them a different side of himself, like the juju part and everything. So regardless, because now they might know that those miracles might not.
Wait, how do you know it was even, to me, even at this point, I'm not even sure if it was showing it. How do you know they're not part of the whole sacrifice? Like the whole process, they have to see. Maybe someone has to see it.
Wait, no, but still, like, they might not. He might not do this
I have to put this out there though.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Like, he might know how to do this miracle, but you might this guy. They cannot ask if he's still powerful because he's now showing them he's also doing juju. He also has like a mountain he goes to. He puts candles, like basically fill their head with. They were still scared of him regardless.
You scared?
Yeah, there are things.
No.
He was still shrouded in mystery.
Okay.
Like making himself
Now I think
was powerful as well.
I think we need to come off the idea of just putting everybody's just because one person. First, you think I trust any of those motherfuckers that are on an interview? Like, what do you mean? I mean, it's just the same way we just spoke about history for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't trust it. First, you got to understand the first highlight of any of them sitting in front of that camera is commerce. The same reason why they were underneath him, commerce. You were talking about fear. No, commerce.
Yeah, but from the way they were speaking, you could still tell they still had some fear of him.
Bro, they're doing that for a check. You got to make sure you sell so people can watch. And people, if I just went there and say, "Oh, come on, I just saw him, man." Who want to see that? I mean, that's the whole point. Like,
let me explain my point. I don't think what he was doing was even real. But they didn't say that all those juju stuff was doing was fake. They said it was real. They believed it. I mean, if they were, I feel like it would serve them better if they said it was fake. You get what I'm saying? So
Maybe more of a comments feel if they said it was fake. It's even more of a
nobody said anything like it was fake or real. Nobody. They just said, they would say, hey, there were two different guys that were his caretaker. That even though he had more than two, but there were two different guys that were his caretaker, and when they came in, they said, "Oh, sometimes I would see him put honey on his underwear, and then he would put it over it, and then he would go do whatever he has to do, and he was just kind of like, they said that. What kind of weird thing? That's exactly how they said. Like,
He was trying to sell like he was a juju guy, but one of the guys did say that.
why would he be trying to sell? I think you tried to read into people's. Anyway, yeah, you're right.
No, he did say, the old man did say that he was into juju.
No, that old man is different. The old man is different from.
Yeah.
It's different from the old man. Is one of his the head of his prayer warrior.
Yes.
That's the guy that said he saw him trim his pubic hair when they caught a big fish. He trimmed his pubic hair and he put it in there, and next thing the fish multiplied several times. That's exact. Like, bro, you see all these wild things, man. Like, you know, and
It was obvious, though. He was trying to say that he had devil powers, like he does.
I don't think he was trying to.
Devil power.
No, he said it. That it's not a power of God. He said he literally it's just like
This man said. This
not
is
God's
his quote.
power.
If TB Joshua had power, TB Joshua is going to put him either pair next to Satan or God. That's exactly how he said it. So
Satan
you
next
cannot
to
be.
God.
Yeah, you cannot make up opinion for people.
No.
That's not a clear statement.
I
Yeah,
mean, I
you
can
can-
watch the video because I do remember he saying that he's not.
I'm pretty
his
sure.
power is not God.
Yeah.
But regardless,
On the source of power, did you feel like it was from fear or it was from
Yes.
strategic comments?
I think it was strategy, and I think he was trying to make himself seem very mysterious. That's actually one of the 48 laws of power. You get
Right.
because it was clear he did make himself come off as a. You couldn't really pinpoint him. His house was very, very complex. You could go through different ways, come through different ways, and everything. He had a way of like, I guess that's his way of gathering power in a sense amongst his people. Yeah.
And Martin, you were saying it's more commerce.
No,
Oh, yeah, everybody was just there for a check. Like, everybody.
Not even just for the documentary, but also everything else that was also happening.
Well, like, okay. There was this white girl that works for him. And, like, this girl left. She was confused, yada, 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 whatever. She was bisexual. She was raised up in a Christian family, and she was always trying to put down her, seal her bisexual side or whatever the case might be. Anyways, she found out about TB Joshua and took a trip to Nigeria for the first time, and she stayed. TB Joshua sent someone to come meet her and speak to her, and then she stayed.
Okay.
See, now all I heard there was just choices. Like, I know white people. I know, like, well, I don't know, like, I know white people. I know some white people. And if you can rebel against your parents, you mean TB Joshua can make you stay in Nigeria for 14, 13 years?
You're calling BS.
Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't know. Like, I just, a lot of things that made no sense to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? But, like, I get it. Each one of them is there to sell a better narrative, to make sure, like, we see how terrible or how much of a tyrant this man is that oppressed them. But I saw people that, like, at some point, they saw something, because there was no way you could keep that kind of scam going.
So
Let me stop calling it a scam.
Yes.
A fantasy.
So, where you guys are both aligning is that the people were the biggest problem.
Yeah.
But where you guys are separate is that fear versus whatever.
Yeah. Well, he's right. He's right, because those people came in the first place off of the mindset of spirituality.
This thing.
Exactly. Their spiritual fantasies. That's why they came there. Like, so within their spiritual fantasies, there's fear. I don't understand. Like, I don't understand the demographic of where you go and meet you'll be closer to your God, but you'll be of fear. But whatever the narrative, each person's narrative of where they look at the idea of, meeting their God. So, so I get his narrative of where he's saying, like, it comes with fear. Yeah, so he understands that too. I'm saying he's an intelligent man. He knows this thing. He knows.
Right.
Like, he's been able to see, like, when you watch the documentary, you see from his humble place, he's been able to see how, like, with the idea of a God, people are drawn to him. And then he has a personality to match it. Like, he's an active guy.
He's charismatic.
Yeah, he's
I think he
charismatic.
understands human psychology as well.
Interesting.
So
Well, I don't know how much of human psychology you can understand because it was an illiterate.
no, I mean,
apparently.
no. It might come natural to some people. Like not necessarily like
Yeah, just like a predator. Like, a
Exactly.
predator doesn't need to go to school to be a predator. Like, yeah, I get you. Like, yeah, I
There's
get.
got to be some social justice responsibilities from churches.
I mean,
Not that big.
but I'm saying though, like, bro, we all gotta let something make sense. There's no way you tell me you're looking for this man makes himself parallel to Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ didn't tell them to bring a chariot of horses. He said they should bring a donkey when he rode for his grand entry when he was 32, when he felt like it was time for him to start proving himself. When he listened to the highlight of it, when he thought like it was time for him to start proving himself, he rode a donkey. This man thought it's time to start proving himself. He even made his church members and all of these people work for the building of his church. Bro, he's a genius. I thought this guy was Oppenheimer. Like, I thought this guy was like Rockefeller. Like, he just was with no exposure. If this guy sat down with Rockefeller, only God know what he would have become. Like
All I'm hearing is that the smartest people in Nigeria right now are these religious leaders.
I'm telling you, bro. Like, they're not doing nothing wrong. But you did say something that was interesting. Maybe at some point, some of them really understand. Like, because it's a powerful thing when people can just listen to you. You understand what I'm trying to say? And it's a powerful thing for you as well to try them to genuinely follow you because you want them to understand something.
Get them to work.
Rather than and even though like it's a like we're talking about button, it's a funny button to it's a thing of choice because sometimes it's hard like talking to people that you feel like at the end of the day it'll be a waste of your time. So that's why I'm not mad at these guys. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm not mad at these guys. Like, if you have fully enough to have a demographic of this is how you think your God is supposed to function. Like, you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, if you really are reading about the Bible, the religious one in the Bible, like, these guys were in the Sinai desert for God knows how long, and snakes was literally traumatizing them. And you think your God is just supposed to, because you feel like you want candy today, and he's just supposed to provide it, and then some man can tell you that, oh, look here. Look, you know that law that you're looking for? Abracadabra, right here. If someone is willing to put his time and effort into that, create big screen. Yes, Tolu said it. If I go to church, I need that pastor to work. Apparently, he's working for all of them. So why not let him eat the fruits of his bearing? But they should all know that under the demographic of religion that they are cooning off of, it's a big price to pay.
As a leader,
I mean,
or as the person?
no. Well, I'm saying it for like the institution.
As the church institution.
I'm saying for maybe as long as you, like for TB Joshua, all of them, all these dudes coming out speaking on that interview, they all fall into the same category of the institution, man. You're like, don't try to cap yourself out now.
Yeah,
like, you get what I'm trying to say?
They sound different.
Like,
it's not like this. They are still, to an extent, they are still indoctrinated anyway. So,
like, don't try.
It's already eating into.
Yeah, you chose the wrong. You chose.
It just stopped working for them at some point. That's really
like, yeah. Shout out to the nigga that could come off with sporty bet. Shout out to the nigga that could come off with FanDuel. Shout out to the nigga that could come off with the casino. They know the safe name to play on. But these niggas chose God to play on. Well, I mean,
kudos to them for being smart enough.
all right, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey.
So to be honest, the fact that it was run as a business. So like you see what happened now with TB Joshua, the lady who came out and she was like, man, all this happened, right? We see this in lots of companies. Like real first to companies.
Big facts, exactly.
So
institutions.
Consider it an institution company. Then
Big facts. Big facts, bro.
See, that's why the only part I can empathize on extent with them is the fact, the thing about the abuse and rape, I guess. But if it's about all the other mumbo jumbo they're talking about, I mean, fair play.
What examples of this moment?
Bro,
Like that.
wait. What is really the rape? What is really the rape?
I mean,
What is-
if he did rape people,
I didn't watch far enough. Maybe I don't know how many
so
episodes they got.
apparently there are times where he invited some of the girls to his room,
Yeah.
and like kind of like sexually assaulted them.
Position of power. So.
Yeah. So I mean that was messed up. I mean,
So
really defend
I feel you, but like let's try to stay within like now. Let's get back into let's leave the commerce out of there because now it's no. Let's not look at commerce no more.
Yeah.
Now you're one-on-one with the CEO. So you go in that room, right? And your first priority, the reason why you flew to Africa, because it was from where I understand he's coming from is the white lady at this point. That she's
not
bisexual.
just them. All of them. Are
Okay. From what I understand, she knows a bunch of girls always go up. She's been waiting for her turn. That she said she felt like she wasn't holy enough, or she wasn't, doing good enough in a perspective of religious doctrine and spirituality. So now, finally, you have a chance to come up, and then you finally get there, and then he said, "Let's look at your books," and then you look good, and then he gives you a bunch of gibberish that even ain't got nothing to do with nothing, and then he goes into the room. Boom, pulls off his pants. She's the one describing all of this. She pulls off his pants, and then he walks up to her and says, "Hey, you two, take off your pants."
And your framing is like it's the CEO. And
This is how she said it.
Right.
Well, I'm not looking at it as no CEO anymore because at this point,
you've changed that. Okay.
at this point, she's coming in as a what's it called? She's coming to see who's bringing her closer to God. The reason, her purpose for everything that she's been doing.
She moved for this.
And then you finally get there. And you mean to tell me this is everything that you know about God, right? This is the description of God to you. This is what you know about Jesus Christ, the doctrine. Because now he's saying, take off your clothes, take off your pants, and then he comes, and you say he comes behind your ears, and he licks your ears, and then he hums, and then he does whatever he does for 3 minutes, and then you're like, hey, for like 3 minutes, and it's finished. Like, what are you making any comparison? It's done for 3 minutes. What holy Adao comparison are you making that 3 minutes in comparison to? Or you making it in juxtaposing to a normal social life? I feel like, a man should last 10 minutes or a man should last 20 minutes. I'm confused. What is all those comparisons? Like
You were saying she was in it for the bag so much that she was bringing
everything else was so lost. Now I'm supposed to be sorry for
her.
I mean, I don't understand, but you call it a rape too, so I don't know. So go ahead.
I think I'm remembering the more of like the stories from the black girl, the Nigerian girl, the darker one, and because I don't think I paid that much attention to the
even you talking about the South African girl,
so the black one who said like
the South African girl.
It's, I don't know. I don't remember what country she's from. I thought she was Nigerian. Yeah, like talking about like how he invited her upstairs, and I guess told her that it was just
dude got good taste, man. I'm telling you, boy. Like he don't play. I'm trying to tell you something. Like
it was just her that he was
talking about pastor. Yeah. Daddy. Yo, he flogs them. The black ones.
Chill, relax. And about the girls getting abortions for him and things like that. I guess apparently we'll do it to like so many girls. You get the bisexual girl. I don't think I paid that much attention to her because that's an interesting story. But yeah, so okay, I can't. Whatever happens with his name getting like messed up because of the whole rape scenario, I can't really respect him on that end. You get okay, that's messed up. Like I feel like he could have run this.
Why can't you respect? Like what was?
I guess I don't know.
What's the morality? From what standpoint are you now looking at it that you can't respect him?
I guess like taking advantage of people.
Oh, you're just saying it as being a bad individual. Is that what you're saying? Okay, good.
From a moral standpoint.
Okay, good. I see what you're saying.
Like taking advantage of those people in that manner,
but
physically.
But I'm saying like if that's.
Let me just say something. In the other, like what you give me the good points. They came for a reason, for God to an extent, and he sold the version of God they wanted to them. You get? I can't really fault him with all the miracles, the showmanship he was doing and whatnot. The only place I was like, to try. The ones with the female. I think he could have had more self-command. He might have gone further if he didn't engage in all of that.
I mean, power is a drug.
Yeah. Like, I think staying away from...
I didn't think you would have gone that far, man.
With the women and everything.
Maybe you didn't take time. No, I'm saying, I'm saying, like, I don't think you would have gone far. Like, I don't know how long you would have gone because that scam was ridiculous, man. Like, well, what do I consider scam?
Biggest pastors for years.
Yeah.
I basically, I
Yo,
really think
like
it has gone far.
one of his
Nigerians,
assistants was saying, like for every progress he had, he wasn't surprised. Like he was expecting him to, he was expecting himself to get there. Like he said something like, he said every 2,000 years a Messiah comes. Like he said he's the Messiah, like this time, like of this era. Yeah, he's a man that like I know what's it called? I know like right now they want to sell him as let me put it this way.
Yeah, let's give our friends.
Let me put it this way, right? From my own highlight, I feel like I'm just jumping the gun from where I'm saying it because when the right person comes around, they will tell his story the way it should be told, and we would appreciate it the same way we appreciated Bonnie and Clyde. That's just exactly what I'm saying. Like here you think Bonnie and Clyde is a love story. These are murderous motherfuckers, but anyways, like anyways, you love it though, right? And they can make you love it because it's Bonnie and Clyde. They even play like on holidays. Like, but these are murderous fuck. But okay. So it's like you mean we can love Bonnie and Clyde? All of a sudden, like we can there's so much money to be made up of Bonnie and Clyde, and there's not much money to be made up of TB Joshua. Like, why not? I think it's a genius. Like, I think it's a genius. Like, I really do think it's a genius. We should tell his story like the way we tell his story, like Al Capone, the way we tell his story. Literally, that's exactly how we should tell his story. Stop the cap.
What does that say about Nigerians?
Nigerian. He was international. He was international.
People in general, right? What is that? The fact that he is as big as he was, right? Doing what he was doing. What does that say about the person who was following him?
That they found who knew their God.
I think it's just a societal thing, honestly, and I kind of agree with him. I think the only reason why maybe he's looked at in such a negative light and he doesn't have more supporters is just the sexual part. Honestly, if that part wasn't there, I don't think people would have.
Hey, they throw these things about the popes.
Let me explain. Let me explain. No,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
let me explain. No. There are some popes that are accused of that. Their names were almost like messed up compared to some others. I think if, for example, like if he came out for who he is as the sexual whatever, I don't think there'd have been much kind of like Fela. In the next day, Fela was confidently happy. He was also a spiritual person in a sense. He was sexual. He had girls come over and he was open about it. But
he said, I'm the leader of the Fela.
Yes, but TB Joshua did put like a facade, like a different persona. Like I'm not into this part.
Okay. But see, to counter your points is the people that like Fela went for Fela. All right.
Yes.
Back again. He is selling them the type of God that they are looking for.
Yeah, but TB Joshua did come off like a morally perfect person. That's
part of the idea of the kind of God that they are looking for.
Yeah, but then
TB Joshua lived something he didn't live. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so something came out that looked like a lie. That was not the kind of persona he had painted for the outside.
Yeah, the whole entity is a lie. Those that came to him, they are liars. What do you mean?
But they're saying
that's what I'm saying. You're missing me. They are liars because they are lying about the way God should function. Like
that's the God that God provided to me, and I didn't know much about it.
And good for them. That's why I'm just coming from a critical point. Since everybody want to be critical of TB Joshua, I'm saying, okay, yes, let's not forget that these people have a choice to find whatever kind of. They could have been Islamic, they could have been Buddhist, they could have been Hinduism, but he sold them a type of God that they were looking for, and they went to buy it. And even when it was all clear and vivid, they were still buying it.
The reason you're thinking he could have gone farther was if he went the Fela route.
Yeah.
No, it would not work because
I don't think they would have a point. You guys, they can't come at him for
because he wouldn't have found those people. Look, his point. What I'm saying is, nothing would have existed because the whole story we'll be talking about now will be a demographic of different kind of people. You don't understand. His scheme is about these people are looking for a certain kind of fantasy, and it's providing that kind of fantasy.
No, see,
you saying he should change, like he should have changed a part of his scheme to a way Fela function.
No, I'm saying that if he didn't engage in the debauchery
Yeah.
against his doctrine,
I'm saying that is part of his whole scheme.
no, but I mean,
You're saying
but
that's part of the
Yes,
doctrine.
mentally breaking them, making them understand that, like, yes, I've. It's just like,
that's a
yeah,
fair point. That's
it's
a
just like, for example, how like that. Yeah, you didn't understand. Yeah,
no, my point is that I don't think like okay, yeah, but he didn't do well enough of a job because they turned against him. You get what I'm saying?
What do you
Yeah.
mean they turned against him? He's dead.
No, but these things
They are cowards.
they've been saying this before.
They are treacherous.
before he
Yeah,
died.
right.
No,
Yeah,
the,
right.
The woman came out before he died. I saw it in school.
She's always been talking.
She's always been
That one
talking.
woman.
They've
Wait,
been-
which one? The one with the cross tie?
Yeah, because
Okay, good for her.
yeah, but
Good
not,
for her.
not just her. Some
Good
other
for
people
her.
have been talking as well. But
Good for, I mean, yeah, because he was a powerful man. How about that? How about that other dude? But what I'm saying again is like, I mean, well, good for her if she's been talking. But I'm saying like, there's so many ways for you to break down like something if you wanted to. Like, it's not hard. Like, trust me. Like,
You don't think that this psychological
I don't
really
know.
holding people down?
of course, he's a
think-
powerful man. Don't get that twisted. Like commerce is not a thing to mess with. This guy produced flights to Nigeria, transportation. Like he's so intelligent that like, bro, he didn't waste no time. You see that money for transportation? He capped into it so quick. He made his own shuttle buses that was picking up everybody from the airport ASAP. You see what I'm trying to say? Like he's a very intelligent, like he's a well put together. Like he knows what it was. Now everybody's saying they're mad. The only thing I'm mad about him, which I think anybody that is in their right mind should be mad about, is that he chose the name of God to be playing with. That's the only thing anybody in their right mind should be mad about. And all of them with him, they're all accomplices. All of them, because they were all playing with the name
No,
of God.
see, I agree with that. I agree with that part. You guys, I'm not mad about it. I don't give a fuck. But
No, because you're saying it's a rape. You wish his integrity about women.
No,
A
because
man that is drawing this kind of
you can't
scheme,
be-
you're talking
you
about
cannot be
what do you think his integrity is? He chose to play with God.
you can't be saying that. You can't be saying that God or whatever, and because Christianity, debauchery, rape, I don't see the relationship. You get, but I know he's running a scheme. I know he's a scammer. I know he's a scam. You get, but I'm just saying for like, I think he wouldn't have had that much of a chink in his armor if this story wouldn't have sold. If that debauchery, that raper didn't come out. I don't think anyone would have believed the fake miracles thing.
So what do you? Why do you think BBC would be talking? So for what reason would BBC be interested in picking up?
I don't know if this is right to talk about. We know the thing that was the juju thing.
Yeah, I'm saying like, do you think if there was no women calling for women oppression that he was engaged in things, like tell me, do you understand? Do you know who's? Do you understand? Do you understand who is invested in the documentary?
BBC.
All right then. Like, so do you think BBC is a small money entity?
No, they aren't.
All right. So now, ask yourself, what would be selling factors for someone like what kind of people what kind of demographic people do you think you need to draw as a catering program for that documentary? You have to call sympathizers of God. You have to call rape,
Women
feminists, women oppression and women rights and all those things. So those are all selling factors.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Like it would take someone else that like understand. Like I'm looking at it from a point, like I said, we're looking at the point of commerce.
But you get my point though. That's what I'm saying. That rape, that sexual assault part is a key meat to this story.
That's what we're saying. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
That's why BBC would be interested. Even if
Of
it's
course.
not, it's just almost like saying, okay, Jesus Christ is black.
Mm-hmm.
We all don't know. You get what I'm trying to say? But whoever wrote or Da Vinci, Leonardo Da Vinci drawing is what we know as drawing of Jesus Christ now. You see what I'm trying to say? There's a narrative behind of how the story goes, is what I'm trying to tell you. Like, I'm trying to look for the best way to explain it to you. Like if like here you are now